just a little bit more information that the half-life of dioxins in the body is anywhere from 3 to 25 years. Now we'll get another feedback on this in just a moment, but there are very few drugs and methods that can take these out of the human body. So once they're in there for anywhere from 3 to 25. We'll get to another study in a moment. How much dioxin is in Agent Orange? Oh, look at this small little amount, 0.05 to almost 50 parts per million. And we all know what Agent Orange has done to people from Vietnam. So what are we talking about when we are contaminated with dioxins at such a high level as what is happening in Ohio? Gee, I don't know. What are the symptoms of dioxin exposure? Short-term exposure is like skin rashes, dark patches on the skin, so people need to be looking for that. Some of the other more long-term stuff is like vertigo, nausea, vomiting, upset stomach that will not stop, that is just really not improving. Are dioxins in tampons? I thought somebody might want to tell Dylan Mulvaney this, that tampons and diapers does not significantly contribute to a dioxin exposure, although, gee, looks like there's some in there. And they're in coffee filters too. Remember when I showed you on the last video? Coffee filters too, everywhere. How long does dioxin stay in the body? This one says basically, I think, like around 10 years. Around 10 years. The half-life is around 10 years. So we need more research. Why, when dioxin was told that it could not be made and used and sold in the U.S. except for it's created when it's burned, did they burn this and create this when they knew it was an illegal substance that is so lethal? So here's just some other stuff in the realms of Agent Orange. And look, this is also going to be a lot of the same things you see with contamination, contact with dioxins as well. It's very similar because, ta-da, Agent Orange has the 0.05 to 50 parts per million of dioxin within it as well. Minimizing potential dioxin exposure from foods. Dioxins potentially contaminate fruits and vegetables, basically, that are grown on contaminated soil. So, ta-da, now we know that. It also said that dioxins that are caught up in the wind that can be moved, that then are in the weather, that go down and get caught in the water, can contaminate marine life. So, it's just kind of one of those things, and dioxins and DDT, oh gee, they're very, very similar, and both are considered toxic in very small quantities. And we all know what DDT has done to humans for the last few decades. How does it get into food? When dioxins and their emissions are transported by air to the surface or to oceans and seas, they can contaminate the aquatic food chain, and they can concentrate in fatty acids or fatty tissues of beef and poultry and basically anything else. The fat is where they like to store. So if you're fat like me, you're going to store a lot of it. What happens if you eat dioxins? Well, you're going to have problems with reproduction, development, and immune system issues. And the half-life is anywhere from 5 to 30 years, basically. We don't know. We need more information.